This is the best part of Canada.
Hello everybody, welcome or welcome back. If you're new here, my name's Emily. My handle on literally everything is EmFunsBooks, and I yap about books excessively. Well, I yap excessively in general, but mostly about books. Mostly of the fantasy romance sort. This setting is a little bit different than my usual setting. I am, in fact, in a cabin in the middle of nowhere right now in the mountains with one of my bestest friends and a very, very special guest for this video. I actually am scared for my life. I'm not gonna lie to you right now. I am a girl who loves her sleep. However, we're gonna be getting very little sleep in the next 24 hours because we are doing a 24-hour reading vlog in our little cabin retreat. My friend Maddie, she flew all the way across the country to be here with me. She's gonna be walking me through this because she's done it many times and I haven't. We are going to be starting it at 2 a.m. and going till 2 a.m. the next day, and I have brought a grand total of 7 books, which is incredibly ambitious, and there's literally no way in hell that I'm gonna get through 7 of them, but you know what? Optimism never killed anybody. So here we are. Here's my tentative TBR for this 24-hour reading vlog. I want to say that I brought a little bit of everything, and I kind of have. I kind of just like blacked out and picked whatever I thought would be good that was on my shelves at the time. So let's go through some of them, shall we? First and foremost, we have Wisteria by Adeline Grace. I ate up Foxglove and Belladonna. It's kind of like a dark Regency era fantasy set in like these gothic type mansions. This is the third and final book in the series, and I've heard nothing but like absolutely insane things about it. I feel like it's just a good length. The font's pretty big. It's only like 400 pages. I feel like I could probably rip through this, and it's not like an incredibly complicated fantasy to the point where I'm like not gonna have a single clue what's going on. We know that I'm gonna be operating on maybe one singular neuron for this 24-hour period. I'm actually lucky if I operate on more than that on a day-to-day basis, but we need books that aren't gonna take too much out of me to read. And then we pivot a little bit to keep it exciting. Under Lock and Key by Lana Ferguson. Lana Ferguson is the queen of disgusting, crippling smut. Genuinely, there's nothing else to it. The main character is literally the Loch Ness Monster. And I just like kind of want to know what he does with his tentacles. So here we are. Then we have Deep End by Ali Hazelwood. This I have seen so much about. Apparently, this is the spiciest book that Ali Hazelwood has ever written. I'm not even like a girl who like is ride or die. Like I don't need spice in my books, but I'm definitely not against it. And I love Ali Hazelwood with every fiber of my being. I am obsessed with her. She can do no wrong in my eyes. This is actually like one of my most anticipated reads of the whole year, so this will be getting read. And then this one's also one of my most anticipated reads of the year. Say You'll Remember Me by Abby Jimenez. This comes out in April. How did I get this? How is this in my hands? How did I get the arc? There's no way that I could receive this and not bring it with me to read this weekend. So we're probably also gonna be reading this one. I'd say that you could bank pretty heavily on these two being read. Then we have Fragile Sanctuary by Catherine Cowles. I read the first book by her, All the Missing Pieces. It's like a true crime kind of thriller romance, and I've never branched into thriller romance before, but I ate it up. It was 4.5 stars. I was obsessed with it. Very fast paced, finished it really quick. And this one's the first one in her Sparrow Falls series, I believe, and I've heard really good things about it. I just feel like a thriller romance is a good thing to like keep the pages turning, you know? And then last but not least, we have A Sea of Unspoken Things by Adrienne Young. One of my all-time favorite Roman Empire books is The Unmaking of June Farrow by Adrienne Young, and I really like her writing style, and this one's just like really short. Look at this little guy. And she also kind of incorporates like thriller mystery elements, and that's just like a perfect genre for keeping the pages turning. And the only goal we have is to keep the pages turning and to keep our eyes open for 24 hours. So I feel like these books maybe can help me get there. We're really ambitious. Like there's no way these all get finished, but there are a couple of priorities. And the very first one that I'm gonna be reading is actually a book that Mads has picked for me, and I have no idea what it is. The only caveat that we had for each other was that it had to be under 600 pages. The world is our oyster, truly. I gave her a book, and that is gonna be on her 24-hour reading vlog on her channel.
Hi, hello. It's nice to see you.
She's cultured. I'm already tired.
I know, yeah, no, it's gonna be a push.
I feel like you have enough faith in us for the both of us.
Maybe I should really reevaluate, because like I love Emily in a way that I really can't find the words for.
So
you would ask like why I would subject her to this, like why I would be the influence to be like, you know, we're gonna do this. Selfishly, I think it'll be a mem. So
it'll be a great mem. It'll be a core memory. We're gonna be operating on one neuron together.
It does feel like we're the same person cut from a different cloth. However, we have moderately different book tastes. You've been reading for longer. You've like honed your taste better than me. I love reading something from an author that's just like, oh, you whipped that together so pretentiously. I could never even dream of writing something like that.
I feel like I have a shorter attention span than you, to put it lightly.
The book that I picked her, across the board, a little bit different of a genre in like kind of all aspects, but it's something that I think you'll appreciate. It's classified as a genre you've never read.
Really?
So, yeah. But
Oh.
I think you'll appreciate it.
I'm excited. I'm honestly like, this is spicy. And
It's not actually, but the emotion and that.
you're like, it's not spicy. Wipe that smile off your face.
Yeah, no, wrong. Don't gear up. It was, other than like the obvious Magnolia Parks Into the Dark last year, my favorite book that I read last year.
And I can't believe I don't know what it is.
I
Like,
know.
actually like have no idea.
And saying that, I was like, fuck, what if I just spoiled it?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Everybody that I've made read it loves it, but you have to go in with the open-mindedness of you're gonna be like,
My
beginning.
mind has never been more open in my whole life.
Close your eyes. I'll show you guys first. Ready?
Hardcover. Smells like new book.
Good new paper. Good new book smell.
Oh my god, I should have known. I remember you talking about this.
Yeah, no, it's my whole personality trait. It's a mystery thriller historical fiction, but I do think it should be literary fiction, historical fiction, and then mystery thriller. That is a hill I will die on.
I literally haven't read any of those genres.
I know.
Ever.
I know. This is the place that we agree on. Like, we both read to feel intense things for worlds that don't have to be our own. Like, you love fantasy, so I know you appreciate like a well-developed plot and a well-developed story. And this is the most ambitious story I've ever read. Like, the point of views, the way that everything mixes together, it's like executed perfectly. And if like you told me that 5 people wrote this book together, not just like one person, I would believe you.
I like how you gave me a book about somebody vanishing
In
from
the woods.
the woods as we're gonna be reading this at 2 a.m. in the woods in a cabin.
So a camp in the 1970s.
Yeah, this would be a camp in the 1970s.
Fair.
I get questions all the time for like thriller book recommendations,
Yeah.
and I don't know why, because like I'm not that girl, but I could be that girl.
Yeah.
Maybe this is the first step in the right direction.
I'm scared, but
Thanks,
it's
honey
okay.
bunny. I'm locked the fuck in.
Yeah.
And we're gonna see you at 2 in the morning. Maybe 3 in the morning. 2:30 is a good compromise.
Alarm for 2:15.
Okay, wish us luck, please. I'm gonna be sleeping for the next 7 to 10 years after this. So it is currently almost 3 in the morning. Rise and fucking grind. We started the timer at 2:30, so I'm already 20 minutes behind. That's just full transparency. Without further ado, God of the Woods. Let's get after it. Checking in. It is 4:24. We are unwell. We have been awake now for exactly 2 hours, and to be fair, it took a sec to like
Acclimate.
I'm on page 37.
And you know what? Me too, which we've checked in like 3 times in the last 2 hours. And it is bizarre that we read at exactly the same
The
pace.
exact same pace. I've had to reread at least 900 paragraphs.
Yeah.
I read something and I realize that not a single word
Computed.
was absorbed. Very different vibes right now. I feel like both of us are suffering some degree of like emotional devastation already, even only being like 40 pages in. So clearly picked really good ones for each other. There's not much to like write home about right now because we're both kind of dead inside, so. Poor girl! Are you kidding? Let's just all pick on the ginger. I pick on gingers, so. Sorry. I literally forgot. And then I looked at you, and I looked at your hair, and I was like, oh yeah.
It's approximately 6 in the morning now. I stood up to get a Red Bull. But you know when you're like, what's that kid? He's like, abba da da da, trying to speak. You know that little kid? Come on.
No, like genuinely, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Abba da.
That's what the inside of my brain sounds like right now. Me trying to sound out these words.
Yeah, not that. And no, she does use big words.
She uses big words. I like it though. It's just like a lot of questions so far, no answers.
You got a ways to go before you get any of those.
I'm on page 123.
You're reading faster than me.
Yeah, but you're reading fantasy. Like, you gotta absorb more. Does that make sense?
Yeah. It's a good representation of like you walking down the street, like everyone's going through something. You'd never guess
Yeah, that's true.
how many people are grieving and how many people are, you know?
Yeah.
But it does make being alive feel
like it matters, you know?
Sure, yeah, I get it. These are a lot of deep introspective thoughts for 6 in the morning.
I know, but that's almost like that's when you're supposed to have them, when you can't fall asleep. You know?
I could fall asleep.
Yeah, no, I also could.
Check back in soon.
I know.
In case anybody's wondering what our 7 a.m. ambiance is. We still have 45 minutes until the coffee shop near us opens, so this is the vibe until then. I'm literally reading a book about children disappearing into the woods, and we're listening to Chase Atlantic.
Yeah, I know, obviously.
Okay. It is now 8:26. We have officially been awake for 6 hours. And to be honest with you, I've only made it through like half of God of the Woods, which is not a testament to the book at all because I actually am really enjoying it. Waking up at 2:30 and immediately diving into like a genre of book that I've never read before. I'm challenging myself today. The coffee shop just opened, so I'm about to go drink my body weight in coffee. I don't even think they have creamer or anything. I hate black coffee and I will chug multiple cups if necessary. I kind of feel like a little bit more of a human now that the sun is out. I feel like before, well, it was still dark outside for 6 hours, it was really tough, and I feel like with the sun, my brain has kicked in. I feel like the worst part is over for me. Once it's daytime, my body can like, oh my god, I didn't think about the fact that it's gonna be nighttime again.
Yeah.
Let's go get some freaking coffee in us.
Oh yeah, it does smell good. It's pineapple extract.
Motherfuckers, they are going to pin it on this perfect, sweet old man, aren't they? With their stupid little like personal fucking lawyers that they have. Like
I know, that's what I mean.
are you kidding? I hate him.
It's the downfall of society.
I hate him. Every time I think I have something figured out,
You don't.
you get like a big revelation and you're like, oh shit. Like he can't afford healthcare because his son, they like.
I know. Do you get the resignation bit now?
Mm-hmm. I just have to accept what's happening. But I'm so angry, like I have a pit in my stomach. We're going through very different experiences right now. Maddie is having the time of her life, giggling and kicking her feet, getting to know Tisana and Max in Daughter of No Worlds. And I am viscerally angry at the state of the world. So. Okay, so a theme I'm sensing in this book in general is just that men suck, and that's just like a good rule of thumb to operate by at all times in every single facet of your life. Shocker. Really big revelations. Oh my god, that's fucking heartbreaking, Madison. The two of the... Never once had Peter held her so tenderly.
I'm gonna cry thinking about it.
No, I have goosebumps. Literally, from here to right here. Yes, yes, and yes, she thought, as long as she had Bear.
Oh, the end's gonna get you. It's coming back to me and I'm crying thinking about it.
I don't know if I have enough moisture in my body to cry.
I do.
I'm so dehydrated from my lack of sleep right now, but I want to. I just can't. I'm sorry?
What?
I I still have 100 pages left. It can't be done, right? What do you mean? I feel like that Jennifer Lawrence meme right now where she's like, what do you mean? I'm saying I knew it and I still have 100 pages left. So I'm like, okay, great. My theories are gonna be wrong because they're gonna be like, look, this is what happened. And then they're gonna be like, psych bitch. And I'm gonna be like, well, I thought I was right and then I wasn't.
Yeah.
About everything.
Yeah.
I've never been so like conflicted about a set of characters and how I feel about them. I'm like, I actually viscerally fucking hate you, but at the same time, like I really, really feel bad for you. What the fuck is going on? She put up her house in my heart.
There's good people everywhere. You're just hiding.
Yeah, there's like one good person for 900 super questionable ones. Oh my god. That's so sad. Dude, are you kidding me? Oh my god. Everything makes so much sense.
Like, isn't that painful?
That's so heartbreaking. Jesus Christ. Done. Yeah. All right. I am a husk of a human being. I've officially finished my first book in the 24-hour readathon. 24-hour readathon. It is 7:17 p.m. We started this, like, I want to say I started actually probably reading at like 3. No, I lied. It was earlier than that. I have no thoughts inside of my brain right now. I don't know what time I started reading this morning. All I know is that I did, and it was early, and we're still kicking. I want to review this immediately because I loved it. I just like need food because we are literally in the middle of nowhere and there is no food to be found. Our table right now looks like this. Say hi, Maddie.
Hi, Maddie.
Literally, the only things on there are 2 apples, 2 things of cookies, a thing of muffins, and an empty bag of Doritos that we already ate. None of that's gonna cut it for dinner, so we have to take a little bit of a drive. We are pausing the timer. We are committed to the bit. It doesn't matter how disgustingly tired and ill I am after this. We are doing 24 hours, so we're pausing it at 16 hours right now, which means we still have 8 left. I genuinely, like, I can't verbalize anything else until I have an entire pizza inside of me. In my...
No, but yeah. like yeah, though.
I'm not putting it inside of me. I'm gonna eat it.
I thought you were. Still not even done my first book because Emily decided to give me emotional devastation with a devastating world building.
Yeah, she's struggling through Daughter of No Worlds in
But
the
I'm
best
not
way. No, struggling emotionally and mentally.
Not
Like,
even. I feel like I don't live here. But then, like, I haven't picked up my phone in, like, easily 4.5 hours.
that's good.
Talk about boring in this real world.
Yeah, the real world sucks, dude. I just read about the real world and she gets to read about magic. Anyway, I need to go. We're gonna go refresh. I'll review this when I'm back and then I'll figure out what I'm reading next. We actually didn't even make it back to the cabin yet. We're already eating it. The pizza's acquired just to prove that we're not cheating.
Failing.
We might be
are
failing
cheating.
miserably, but we are not cheating as much as we want to. So we're gonna start. 7 hours and 15 minutes. Okay, pizza is in me. I feel like at least 7% better, and we can finally talk about the first book that I have finished, even though I started reading at 2:30 in the morning and it's 9:43 p.m. Not my best work, but this is a genre that I don't normally read, and I feel like I had to use all 0.000002% of my brain power to be able to like fully comprehend it and appreciate it. It's not something that you can just skim and like get a good reading experience out of. Honestly, as someone who strictly reads romance and fantasy, usually of the smut variety, this was so out of my comfort zone and I actually loved it. The characters were so complicated, it's such a good indication of like everybody has their reasons for the way that they are. Like everybody is to an extent a product of their environment, and it really shows the impact that people's decisions have. Like it's like a domino effect. This is about a very rich family in the 1970s living in the Adirondack Mountains, and they own a summer camp, and their daughter in the middle of the night goes missing from this summer camp. This huge investigation follows. A bunch of secrets about this family are unearthed as the book goes on, and it's really just like, that's all I can really say. Like I know that if you're watching me, you're probably here for like fantasy and romance recommendations, but this gives similar-ish vibes to like Where the Crawdads Sing, kind of, in the way that it grips you with like that mystery plot. You might think you know what's gonna happen. I had at least 975 theories formed the entire time I was reading this, and I was confident and every single one of them was wrong. Like I was not even remotely close to the mark, and I love that. By the time I was done, I actually felt like I had been put through an emotional ringer. Like, you know, when you squeegee a towel, that was me after I finished. It rang every single emotion that it could out of me. I was waffling between a 4.75 and a 5 star, but I feel like due to the fact that these characters, I'm going to remember them and they're gonna stick with me, it's gotta be a 5-star rating.
Yeah!
Like I'm gonna keep thinking about it. I'm gonna keep, like I'm-
It sticks with you.
it sticks with you. I actually can vividly see everything that played out in this book in my eyes.
And like the movie that is created in your head of like this true crime-esque crime scene investigation with like Rockefeller type money in 1970s Adirondack Mountains. Like it's a movie.
Yeah, I don't know how to explain it. I really, 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 really liked it. If you're a fantasy romance reader and you're looking to branch out into other genres, maybe try a mystery, maybe try something a little bit more literary. This is a really good one because it's not wordy to the point where I didn't know what was going on. It just had like a beautiful writing style and a really action-packed plot.
And I feel like she weaves her story like you would weave fantasy plot.
Yeah, you're reading it for the first time and you don't see at all what's going on, but then the second time you read it, you'd be like, oh my god, how am I this blind? And I feel like that's a theme in a lot of fantasy books. So now for my next one that I'm gonna read, honestly,
Pain.
thinking about starting a book right now and finishing it is really exciting. I'm really excited. I'm not even scared or upset or tired. I'm awake and I need to pick something that is going to be the easiest possible thing to keep me reading. So I really was considering the Loch Ness Monster book. However, Mads brought up a good point. I don't know if this is going to be like so ridiculous that I'm gonna be lying here at 1 in the morning being like, what the, like just fucking go to sleep, Emily. I think I need something that's gonna like keep me and like have some emotional levity. So I think it's gonna be between Deep End and Just for the Summer. However, I was also recently informed that Deep End is 443 pages. And I just read a book that was 475 pages, and that just seems like a lot.
I also, if I had to place bets, this will be your favorite from her. Like,
really? Better than Just for the Summer?
Yeah.
Am I gonna cry?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was gonna say, I could do with like smut right now, but at the same time, I feel like I wanna appreciate the smut.
Yeah.
I just like am not gonna appreciate the smut when my, like genuinely, both of my eyelids have heartbeats. I don't know what's going, look at me.
You got it, sweetheart. I believe in you.
No, we're gonna read Say You Remember Me.
I think you'll regret picking anything else up.
Say you remember me. Standing in, oh my god, it's only 317 pages.
No, it's short.
Baby food. Easily finishing this. This is gonna be cake. Just watch. I'm gonna coast through. I'm gonna be so awake by the time I'm done.
Your dad gave them to me the night I killed him. Base straw.
That's hot.
I know. She's so fucking hot.
She's so freaking hot. Snap out of it.
Exactly.
She's just like, the way she writes is actually so funny. I think that's why I like love her and Allie Hazelwood both like so much. Anyway, it's just like I love her. Like the butthole humor is good.
Yeah, I know.
Like I'm actually giggling.
I know. Like it's so silly.
It's so silly, but it's so funny. I've been reduced to monosyllabic words only. I can't believe I just said monosyllabic properly.
Look, I have absolutely no idea. Just jibber jabbering. I can't give you any real opinion. Curse Emily under my breath for the rest of my life for this experience.
Victorian era sex workers would never wear pants. They'd be wearing like a cool, like a skirt, like a slip.
Like a skirt.
Like a skirt. No, like a.
The only option if it's not pants is a skirt.
No, like a. No, like a. Toga. No, that's Greek. No, the like the.
Like a smock.
No, like what's the thing? Like they tie like a sleeve, like a around like a sheer thing that you wrap around you. Have you?
That's so wrong.
Oh what? Oh what?
That's so wrong.
What's that?
It's like that like skirt you wear over bathing suit bottoms.
Is that what it's called? A sarong?
That's wrong. SARONG. Like you're so wrong.
That's a made up word.
I am not well.
I actually like I have a heartbeat in both my eyelids.
There's like nothing I want to do now less than start a Like, are you kidding?
I literally have been trying to read this very easy, comprehensible book for an hour and 10 minutes, and I have 23 pages
No.
in. Fuck! I'm literally gonna throw up. Wait, next time, if we pick books for each other,
Sub 400.
no, yeah.
Yeah,
No, yeah.
exactly. It's like romance.
I won't give Mads Daughter of No Worlds, and she won't give me a historical fiction thriller.
Yeah.
Literary.
You know what? But I think there were books we had to read. I just don't, like, I literally don't think we could have picked worse books for each other. Arguably, like, one of my new favorite books of the year. However, I don't know how to read fantasy casually.
Yeah, I get it. Hear me out. I was asking people before this, like, how many books do you think I'm gonna read? And they were like, I don't know, 2? And I was like,
No way.
I was like, fuck you. You think I can only get 2 books done in 24 hours? I read 1 book and 23 pages.
We still have 4 hours. So you're fine. You'll read more. Yeah, on the dot. 3 hours and 55 minutes. Like, it would be embarrassing if it wasn't so funny. I don't know if I would venture to say that we deserve celebrating quite yet. We're not like exactly done by any way, shape, or form. However, a will to keep going, a drive to keep going does sound like exactly what we need. But if you're gonna hold her, stand behind me just in case. So she got hit by the cork, it would be a really bad situation. But if you did, you'd...
I'm using her as a shield.
It's horrific behavior. Okay.
Okay, champagne scares me.
This is your choice.
I know.
Ready?
Yay! How exciting!
Where's the other glass? Oh, it's up here. It's behind my camera. Do you want to grab it? Nope. What?
Oh! It's behind your camera. Cheers to...
Hoping we make it to the end.
Yeah. Now that I had a heart attack and some substances in me, not that that's
Try again.
necessary for anything. Let's get after it. We've got 3 hours left. We're doing really well.
This is going down easier than it should. You know?
No, it always goes down easy for me.
Kristen King. Kane.
Tristan Kane! Yeah! 29!
Tristan the Predator.
Can I just like read over your shoulder actually?
Yeah.
How about you just read it out loud to me? Does that count towards my reading
It does.
challenge?
Are you ready?
Yes.
The only non-blood member to have taken the oath of blood in the family. His dark blonde hair was almost a dark brown, sheared close to his head. His eyes open.
The best mafia man, argue with the wall. Don't argue with me, argue with the wall. Definitely didn't read for 24 hours because we're yappers. Mads is currently dead to the world, so this is gonna be just my solo farewell. I actually can't string a single word together, but you know what? Even if I didn't read for 24 hours, I was awake for 24 hours and I read for a lot of it. And I tried my best, and I'm gonna reattempt this at some point when I don't stay awake the whole time and I just like actually genuinely do like 24 hours of reading. Today's just not that day, but I feel like either way we succeeded at something. And I'm gonna stop now because I'm gonna keep slurring my words. So if you've made it this far, thanks. I'm gonna do a way better final thoughts on what I did read soon. I'm gonna go sleep for the next 7 to 10 business years. Okay, it is officially 2 days after we finished our little 24-hour reading excursion, and I am like sort of on the road to recovery. Honestly, I don't think I've ever put my body through anything like that in my life. How do people do it? How do people do it? Mads does this frequently, and I genuinely have so much respect for the people that are capable of doing that like more than once, because I felt like I was going into organ failure. From the bottom of my heart. Not that I didn't have fun, because genuinely I had so much fun. Like that was one of the best experiences I've ever had in my life since joining Book Talk. Retreating to a little cabin in the middle of the mountains in the woods with one of my bestest friends. Would I recommend spending 24 of those hours staying awake, drinking Red Bull and champagne, and eating nothing except for pizza and cookies? Probably not, but like, I would not recommend it either. I have very mixed feelings. Regardless, we did go in with the intention to read like as many books as possible. How do you think that went? How do you think that went for two long-distance best friends that spent 24 hours uninterrupted trying to focus and read books? Maybe we wouldn't have yapped so much if the books that we picked for each other weren't two of our favorite books of all time. Every single time I had a theory or I was onto something in The God of the Woods, Mads knew about it. And every single time she had an important part or got to something in Daughter of No Worlds that she had a question about, I knew about it. So unfortunately, it was a little bit more of like a communal 24-hour book readathon activity than it was like trying to finish as many books as possible. I genuinely read 46 pages of Say You'll Remember Me. And that's all I read on top of this book in 24 hours. I think in order to actually genuinely really succeed at this trend, we would have needed to lock ourselves and like handcuff ourselves into separate rooms with the doors closed with noise canceling, because that's the only thing that could have remotely probably kept us on track, honestly. However, we both acquired a new 5-star read. She absolutely devoured Daughter of No Worlds and I devoured The God of the Woods, and I branched into a genre that I don't normally read, and now I feel confident that I'll be able to give people recommendations about books outside of romance and fantasy, because I'm like, I read one and I liked it. I did it. I ate it up the same as I do with other books. What a concept. Don't get me wrong, romantasy is still my holy grail, my bread and butter. I'm still gonna be sticking to that like glue, but like I know in my heart of hearts now that I am capable of slightly branching out of my comfort zone, and as somebody with crippling ADHD, that's not something I do very often. I am very comfortable in my comfort zone. I like to stay there, but I'm proud of myself. Moral of the story is I'm proud of myself. And I do truly believe that this is going to be a 5-star read, even just based on the 46 pages that I've read so far. The funniest and maybe most tragic part about this entire weekend is the fact that I left Deep End at the cabin. I left it at the cabin, and I really wanted to read that one. Like, I'm still gonna read it, obviously, but I spent so much money on it because it was a special edition, and I live in Canada, and I'm pissed. But more than anything, I don't know why this is the place that my head goes, I am picturing this like very sweet elderly housekeeper that was going around cleaning the cabins, coming and finding this book and being like, oh my god, look at these pretty colors, look at the waves on the side, it's like a swimming book probably. What if she picks up books that she finds in cabins that people leave behind, and what if she reads them? What if she adds them to her library? And what if she picks up Deep End without knowing anything about that author, only to find the most like knee-buckling smut she has ever encountered in her entire life? Instead of a wholesome book about like academia and swimming, I'm just like, I hope she doesn't like gift it to one of her grandkids. You know? That also might just be my brain like literally reverting to the worst possible case scenario in every instance of my life since the day that I was born. But if she does pick it up, I hope she loves it. But regardless of the outcome, regardless of how many books I finished, regardless of how brain dead I am, I would not have traded that experience for the world. I think it was so much fun. I'm definitely going to be attempting one in the future where I read 12 hours in 2 days so that it's a total of 24 hours, and where I put noise canceling headphones on and lock myself away in my room from like the rest of the world, because genuinely I do want to try seeing how much I can finish 24 hours uninterrupted. It's just like this was not in any world gonna be uninterrupted. When I was with somebody like Maddie, who I love from the bottom of my heart, like we were never going to be able to just like not talk each other's ears off the entire time we were in that tiny little cabin together. But if you've made it this far, I love you so much. Thank you so much for being here, and I can't wait to see you for my next video.